Hello.
Ryan, you've been married for how long?
Oh boy, starting with the hard question. Almost 2 years. New Year's Eve. Oh boy.
Thinking 20 years, but I think it's probably a little less than that. I think we're coming up to our 19th anniversary. In fact, I can check my ring.
I've been married 5.5 years. I decided I wanted to marry my wife, Jen, probably early in the year of October 2010. We had been dating for 2.5 years at the time.
It wasn't like, the moment I met her, I knew.
No, I probably decided sooner than that, but I didn't make the mental commitment of we're going to get married until earlier that year.
So I took her to lunch and said, listen, honey, I've been offered a job in Manila. And she said, well, what about us? I said, well, I was actually going to propose to you next year, but we could make that sooner if you like. And she said, yeah, I'm not going without a wedding ring. I'm like, okay.
Getting married wasn't like high on her priorities list. The thing about Phoebe is she is a very independent, strong woman, and she's not the girl that's been planning her wedding since she was 10 years old. But I just figured, I do want to spend the rest of my life with this woman. I think I'm ready to get married.
Did you take any advice from your stepmother or anyone else?
When I spoke to Jen's mom, I got permission, but also she mentioned that there was a stone that she had planned on giving to Jen that belonged to Jen's grandmother. So then the next step for me was going to a jeweler and bringing the stone and figuring out the setting piece of it. Just me, her mom, and the jeweler, and that was it.
So you didn't involve her friends or her family?
No.
You weren't this is what I picked, but what do you think?
We had similar style and taste, I think. And when she said, go see, I think it was a little artisanal store in the West Village, and she said, go see these people. I kind of had an idea. I didn't need to seek that much advice. And because she had given me that guidance, I didn't think anybody else's guidance was necessary at that point. And so you do a little bit of homework. What is the cut, the clarity, the weight, what's the cost?
I was like, do I want to get something that's super old? That could be cool. Or, do I want something that's custom? Do I want something that is just normal? I don't really care.
A little bit of homework goes a long way. It's not that hard. Just do some reading, ask a couple questions. If you know people you trust, I'd look online.
She's a silver person, not a gold person. She likes understated stuff much more than she likes overstated stuff. And she always wanted something that was kind of subtle and understated.
The ring needed to represent her personality. It had to be, related to her and not just something that I picked up on clearance at the mall. I think her seeing the ring was just a visual that, okay, this guy gets me. He's been paying attention.
Yeah.
And maybe I should go ahead and spend the rest of my life with him.
Kind of just knew her taste. The white gold, discreet, elegant, little donut setting. It's exactly what she wanted. And she was just, this is great.
Consider the recipient of this, and that should guide your narrowing of the field. But I just think it's always great in all things to start with a ton of options. I was actually planning on doing it on Christmas. I was literally on the plane, just boarded, and I said, you're not going to be able to propose to her on Christmas because you forgot the ring at home. So
No.
I was very calm about it. It was just okay, well, it happened.
So it wasn't oh, and then Phoebe's like, what? And you're like, nothing!
No, I keep all my feelings deep, deep inside. And so then when that didn't play out, I was like, okay, well, I'll do New Year's Eve.
She went out to go exercise with a couple of her friends that morning, and I set up the apartment with flowers and some stuff for her. The plan was to propose to her when she got back from her exercise class. Then have her...
When she's all sweaty and gross?
Yeah, it was the element of surprise.
So I knew we were going to Paris, and we woke up on her birthday. So I ran out and got some croissants, got some roses. Honey, I got a little something for you, and I pulled out the ring and said, would you marry me? And she said, stop. Went rummaging through her bag and pulled out this that says yes. And to this day, I'm not sure if she had another one in there. It said something different, but it just says yes and XXX, yeah.
I guess the croissants were good enough.
I hope so.
When you see a guy undressed for the first time, like there's definitely sort of like an inventory checklist that happens.
Usually I'm like,